Okay, so my desire to combo off with Saheeli Rai in every format is still alive. This is a Saheeli Rai infinite deck in Explorer, and you might think to yourself, how can we do that? Felidar Guardian, the classic Blinky Kitten, is banned. Well, turns out Saheeli has now upgraded from a cat lady to a horse lady. So, Shepherd of the Clouds, flying vigilance for free Pegasus for 4 and a white. Whenever it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Return to the battlefield instead if you control a mount. So obviously, you're looking at that and think, well, that's kind of a baby Sun Titan, and it is. So how the combo works is, we will have a Saheeli Rai in the graveyard and one on the battlefield, and we will -2 Saheeli, create a token that's a copy of something, so we will create a token of the Shepherd, and the Shepherd will return a different Saheeli from our graveyard. We will then Legend Rule the Saheeli with the new Saheeli with an activation. We'll -2 the new Saheeli, and vice versa, infinite flying horses. Now, as I've always said with combo decks, you might think, well, that's good and all, but that only works if you have a mount. And you might notice our deck doesn't have any of the new mounts from Thunder Junction, except mount is a creature type. If you look at the cards, so what we need is something that is all creature types. And that's why we have here Bears of Itlajag. 3 mana saga that will create a 2/2, turn that 2/2 into a 4/4, and then have us dome with 4 power creatures, anything on the field. It's a saga that's not seen a much of play, but this is why we have it, because this gives us the Changeling. So, how we can do this, if we play this early and then the Changeling dies, this will also return the bears to our hand, which can then give us a Changeling, and then we can activate the Saheelis to do the combo, which is really good. But as I've always said before, you play the cards around the potential of the combo being second plan. So, with that in mind, we're playing basically a combo deck. So we want Shepherd's return ability, even if it doesn't have a mount, to return to our hand relevant stuff. So, obviously we're a Niv-Mizzet deck. We don't need to explain our boy, we love our boy. The only creature we don't hit is an Urtai Resurrected. I like having this because it's a flash speed counterspell, but if we have a Saheeli active and there's something troublesome we need to get rid of, we can -2 Legend Rule the Atari and use the Destroy effect to remove something problematic like a Shieldred. Everything else on our deck is returnable with the Shepherd. So we're running Reflector Mage for a tempo swing. It can be really good to just bounce, say, opponent's Ledger Shredder that they've put all their stuff into, making it into a huge creature, put it back to their hand. Glissa the Sunslayer, really versatile card. First Strike Death Touch is no joke. It will block anything forever and has relevant abilities if we go on the offensive. The Bears we've talked about, Saheeli we've talked about. Our 2-drops is solid removal. We have Voice of Resurgence. Again, a great thing. If we can get an elemental token and copy that with a Saheeli, that's a hasty huge boy. We have Lightning Helix to deal with small creatures and gain us life to stabilize. We have Voltaic Brawler, because this is a free 2 that gives us energy. It's the only card that uses energy, but on attack it becomes a 4/3 for 2 with trample. And again, if we have Saheeli active and we need to swing through more damage, getting another hasty brawler that can be a trampler can be pretty solid. We have Bloodtithe Harvester, great creature, so a lot of play Maktos midrange. Used for its ability to sack for blood. Again, if we have Saheeli on the field and we have Bloodtithe active, we can copy the Bloodtithe and use the hasty artifact Bloodtithe as a removal spell that will increase in power every time we use it. And finally, Vanishing Verse to answer any problematic permanents. So that's the way the deck works. We want to just deploy our little creatures and our middle creatures, drop Saheeli to get some extra value, and then late game, if we need it, we can go for the full combo if we have the Shepherd, or buyback value from that, or reload with Niv. This is a Giganthalist. We have a good Giganthalist. We have Clarions for weenie decks, Solar Blaze for more removal decks. We have No More Lies for control. We have Deafening Silence and Scribble Claws for the Phoenix matchup. So we'll move into a demonstration of the combo next, and then we'll just show the first gameplay we have with this right now. I didn't get much more done because I've been tweaking it constantly, but yeah, this is going to probably make a feature coming forward. We have Saheeli Kitten, so is this Saheeli Horsey? Maybe we'll figure it out when we go forward. For right now, it's still just new deck. Now let's say that we didn't have the full setup here, so let's just grab. You know what? We're going to demonstrate the loop. So let's grab the Saheeli. We'll keep the new Saheeli. Minus this Saheeli to copy the Shepherd. Shepherd's ETB triggers again. We can return the Saheeli that we just previously lost. Making that. Copy again. Return Saheeli again. And this is infinite flying and infinite ETBs and infinite creatures and infinite haste. So this is the loop that we're trying to establish here. Now obviously if we didn't have the changelings, this loop would obviously be very different. But part of the fun of this is that we get to we get the ETB even either way here. So we get the full damage, and when it returns to Saheeli for the final one, we'll get Malkador back, which will make us a golem. Then we have some mana left, so let's just go to combat and win the match. But this is the combo, executed as I believe it should. Opponent murders a token. Yep, that's how it works. So we're going to try and hit this once I make a sideboard and do it in future videos going forward.